The Los Angeles Lakers have had a disappointing offseason, I would say, in most aspects. The team obviously pivoted direction last year by being able to acquire Luka Doncic, and obviously they lucked out by getting LeBron to accept his player option, although there is some rumors that maybe he won't be back next year. Young guard Austin Reeves has been so unbelievably good for them. They really lucked out with this pick. And then in the offseason, they got their center that they hope will be their center of the future in Deandre Ayton. I actually like the fit with Luka. I mean, really, to be honest, to be bad with Luka as a big man, it's pretty tough. I mean, he even got the best out of Jackson Hayes last year. Now, Ayton does have a player option after this year, so I do assume he will decline that because $855 is not a lot for a guy of his talent. But in real life, I think this team's going to be a lot harder to rebuild, at least in the LeBron era, than it's going to be in game, because with contracts of $18 million for Rui, Dalton Connect has high upside, Vanderbilt on $12 million. They signed Laravia, Shake Milton has a little bit of money, and then Gabe Vincent and Maxi Kleber present opportunities to move on. But in this video, we're more focused on Deandre Ayton being a big part of this team, so I am going to up his shot tendency. Same thing with Reeves. Reeves has a low shot tendency. That's kind of crazy. This also is my share scenario. It's the video I made with it is on the channel. You can keep that. Now, the other big thing I'm going to change with Ayton is just have him be more of a lob threat, I was going to say, but he's already at 99. I want to see how high Luka's alley-oop pass is, and that's already at 99, so I do have good feeling about this. We are going to get out of free agency. Luka actually regresses, LeBron regresses, and so does Ayton. Surprised to see those. Dalton Connect progresses, Shake Milton progresses, Bronny's up 4. I'll probably wait. Okay, so we do have 17 players, so we do have to make some moves. I was going to say I'd probably wait till the trade deadline to make some moves, but we unfortunately do have to here, and I think it's going to have to be one of these centers. Do we like Trey Jameson? Do we like Koloko? I don't think we like either of them, to be honest, but we don't need all of them, so we'll go Jameson and Vincent and see what we can get. I really don't know what I want to do. We do have to make a trade just to clear players off the roster, but I mean, this Bucks one's interesting. It gives us another shooter, cheaper, but maybe I want to hold on to that Vincent contract for now. These three, I want to hold on to Kleber's contract to package it later. Yeah, we're kind of in a tough spot, I guess. Yeah, for right now with the contract situation, we are going to have to trade Shake Milton. All right, the Grizzlies are offering me Vince Williams, but if I'll just do it without him. Just give me your 28 first as well. Done deal. We are at 15 players now, and we do have 3 contracts that we will be able to trade. LeBron is going to retire, and I already had to overwrite it in this last season, so he will probably be gone. For the start of this year, I would like to move LeBron back to power forward or small forward by the end, but for the start, we'll move him to a power forward. That way, Rui starts at the 3, or Dalton. I'm fine with that. And for now, I won't touch the rotation too much. The only thing I'm going to change, instead of neutral or playing through star, we're going to do a pick and roll offense. And so hopefully Luka's just throwing lobs, LeBron's throwing lobs to Deandre and maybe even Austin Reeves. But in game 1, we play the Kings and we do win. Levine had 20, 16, 19, and 6 for Sabonis. But on our side, Luka had 17 points and a triple-double. Reeves had 17, 7, and 5. LeBron and Dalton Knight both had 17, and then Ayton with only 10 and 4. He's only playing 28 minutes. I think I would rather lower the bench utilization down just a little bit. I don't know if I really agree with Ayton only playing 28. Like, I won't cheese it like I do in like my career simulations, but we'll at least go 30. This is a big game against Cleveland. Obviously, the LeBron rumors are there. In a tight game, they are coming back in the fourth quarter, up 6, minute 30. Score has stayed the same for a while now. Up 5, up 4, up 5, up 3. And that's enough to get it done. Luka had 34, 7, and 9. LeBron 21, 4, and 7. Deandre in 12 and 12 this game, but points wise, he's been pretty disappointing. At the end of October, we've actually had some tough tests. We had to play Cleveland, Houston, who we blew out by almost 50. Luka had 40, Ayton 18 and 8. Another 50-point win against the Grizzlies. Luka going crazy. Then a 4-point win against the San Antonio Spurs, where Ayton showed up with 26 and 8. Have to play the 3-1 Knicks. We do win again. LeBron led the way. We are 7-0, and Luka's hurt, so Luka's gonna miss some time. That's pretty disappointing, but hopefully we can kind of hold it down while he's out. Gabe Vincent will be starting, and we do immediately lose. While Luka was out, we only lost 1 game, so not a big deal. So we do got a big chunk of time off, and we kind of fallen a little bit. We're 21 and 6 now, still really good, 3rd in the conference. Lost back-to-back games against Thunder, but we do have a break here, so I am probably gonna look at making a trade. In my head, it's kind of like, oh, you get a break and team recovers, and then you have more time to have a guy fit into an offense or something. So let's look around the league who's on the block. John Isaac, not interested. Jordan Poole, Sadiq Bey, Kevon Looney, not interested. Karis LeVert, Duncan Robinson, both of the Pistons pickups this offseason. Quickly, Brooks, Grayson Allen, Royce O'Neal, 2 others, Naz Reid, and Dejounte, Drew Holiday, Paul George, Damian Lillard's money, Kuzma, Hunter, DeAndre Hunter, Strus, Derek White, the Hawks signed Malik Beasley. Okay, so by looking at around the league, there's two guys who I'm even remotely interested in. One, Derek White to come in, be an off-ball guard for us, play some defense. Obviously, neither of those trades. And then actually, his former teammate, point guard Drew Holiday. The only problem with Drew is his money is crazy. I'm gonna go actually see if we can pull off a 3-team trade here and pick them both up somehow. So the only problem I'm running into is that the Celtics and Blazers both already have 15 players on their roster, but the money could actually get there. I guess maybe we just start. So to do this, we're to only be 5 million under. How good is Connect for us? He actually hasn't been as good as I would have hoped. Before we even do consider that, let's look at our team stats. Defensive rating, we're actually pretty good. Rating differential, we're good. And our offense is pretty solid as well. We're not attempting as many threes as the rest of the league. We're about middle of the pack in field goals. Or actually, we're top 10. Assists, we're number 1. Rebounds, it looks like we're middle of the pack. Top 10 in overall. Offensive rebounds, yeah, it looks like we're just kind of middle of the pack. All right, we're going to try and pull off a huge 3-team trade that sees Rui, Kleber, Laravia to the Knicks, Vanderbilt, Vincent, and Connect over to the Celtics. We get Derek White, Amari Williams, Max Shulga, Anton Watson, Mohamed Diarra, and OG. I don't think this is going to go through, but we'll peep. Yeah, neither team wants to do it. I am going to get this Derek White deal done. It's going to be too easy to pass up on, so let's just get it done. And actually, if we pair up Gabe Vincent here, they got Klay Thompson. Interesting. I did just have to see if there was a deal on the table to maybe get Jalen. Does not seem to be. But now that I'm looking at their roster, there's really nothing I would want with. I mean, unless we could. You know what? What if we pair Luka and Klay back together? He's still shooting 44% from 3. I say still, but it's better than he has the last couple years. Actually, that'd probably be his best mark ever. They're talking about being championship contenders right now. You've got to be kidding me. You guys have 7 wins. Derek White's on the trade block. What if we replace Kleber with Vando? It's worth a shot. I actually thought I was going to be able to get that one done. I think we're going to get kind of weird here. Listen, Vooch can stretch the floor a little bit, still giving the Bulls 17 and 10, 40% from 3. We're only giving up our first round pick in this draft. Rui, who's been a negative player, Vando, who's been a negative player, and then we're getting Jalen Smith as well, another big for us. I think this is a win for us. I definitely don't want him to start unless, I don't know, we do have too many bigs off the bench, so another move is incoming. One of that will probably be Jalen Smith just getting rerouted and maybe throw Kleber with him. We could bring Russ back, who honestly off the bench for us might not be a bad option. For the Pistons, he's averaging 15, 4, and 5, and he's only on a 1-year deal worth 15 mil. We also get Paul Reed. Yeah, honestly, I kind of like this. Gonna go something like that off the bench, and I kind of really like this. Why does LeBron always have a headband, bro? Could the Westbrook move possibly backfire? Sure, but I don't think it will. So basically, just a little recap. In all those 2 trades, we traded Rui, Vanderbilt, and a first for Vooch and Jalen Smith, and then rerouted Jalen Smith with Maxey and a second for Russ and Paul Reed. Overall, the haul of Paul Reed, Russ Westbrook, and Vooch, I like. I will continue to monitor the trade block and just see maybe closer to the deadline if there's another move I want to make. But right now, I feel pretty good on where we stand. So it's February 1st. We are currently 35 and 13. Luka only averaging 24, but we just have a lot of guys scoring, I think is the thing. I'm going to take one last look at the team intel. I was kind of hoping to find a power forward that we could move LeBron back to the 3, but really there's not too many on the market, and those that are, I'm not too interested in. I guess we could get Ben Simmons, but I've been doing that a lot lately. All right, we're going to do this trade with the Magic. We're going to bring in John Isaac, but not to play, although he's on a 4-year deal. I didn't know that. Maybe, yeah, we'll do this and we will hopefully trade him in the offseason. Or actually, no, we don't want to give up cap flexibility right now. Gabe, I do not want to hold on to your contract any longer. We're actually going to sign Royce O'Neal. He's on a 3-year deal. Boom. Or trade for Royce O'Neal, I should say. And you know what? Since we have a big off the bench, we don't need Jackson Hayes anymore, but we could get Bobby Portis. Yeah, I'm doing this. Sorry, Royce. We just brought you in, but yeah. And I think actually that's the power forward that I've been looking for to move LeBron back to the small forward. And we now have a lineup that looks like this at the start. And shout out Amari Williams, but only C+ potential. We are going to release you. And all that, Chris Paul won't even sign, so it was a waste of time. Would Al Horford consider a minimum? He would. Do we really need an Al Horford though? Al can just come in and mentor the young guys. Boom. And that'll be all the moves we make this year at least. We simmed through the deadline. We're 38 and 13. We are on pretty good runs since these trades we made. In the All-Star game, Luka and LeBron are both there, but that is it for us. Deandre Ayton's going to be out 4 to 6 weeks. That's tough, but that makes the Al Horford signing pretty important, as now he gets to come in and play play 10 minutes a game-ish. Gonna hopefully try and re-sign some people. Reeves will re-sign. That's a pretty doable contract for him. Luka wants to test free agency. Vooch ineligible for an extension. And this roster could look really different in the next couple years, but right now, dang, the Jazz have 9 wins. And Deandre Ayton's finally back. You'll love to see it. He's averaging really similar stats to last year, so that's kind of disappointing, but that Jazz team's sitting at 12-59. We are threatening with 60 wins, and we do hit 60. 62, in fact, Victor, your MVP, Cooper Flag, Rookie of the Year, Malik Monk over with the Bulls, Wembanyama, Depoy, Jarris Walker, Most Improved, Devin Booker, Clutch Player, JJ Redick, Coach of the Year, Aaron Phillips, your Executive of the Year. Luka is on the first team. He ended up averaging 23, 8, and 10, almost 2 steals a game. LeBron is on second team, averaging 26 and 9, and that is it for us. In round 1, we get to take on Sacramento, which I think is honestly a pretty good draw for us. As long as we can stop Sabonis, we should be good. Game 1 is a victory. Luka put up 42, 13, and 5. Only a 7-point win though. Game 2 is a loss. So what I think that's going to mean for us is we are going to play our starters a little bit more. Laravia can be down to like 10, well for Dalton. And I guess that's what we'll go with. They do want to start Vooch. I think I'd rather start Ayton though. Game 3 does not go our way. We lose by 7. DeRozan 31 points. And in game 4, we do come back and win. We win this one by 11. DeRozan still putting up 28. Luka with 41. DeRozan's averaging 25 and 5 on 60% from the field, 60% from 3 in these playoffs. I'm going to actually even shorten the rotation more. This is a huge game 5. Hopefully we don't get upset in round 1, and we won't. We take a big lead with 45 points in the second quarter, and we do win this one. LeBron had 39, 7, and 16. Luka is hurt. I am going to ask him to play through it because it's the playoffs, and without him, we're going to be in a lot of trouble. In game 6, we do have the lead, now back and forth, and we do end up losing. Luka did lead the way for us. We only had 3 rebounds from Deandre Ayton. I guess we just kind of get him from everywhere though. That makes this a huge game 7, and we get off to a bad start, but we are back in it. Did have a lead for a minute there. Now we're trailing back and forth, back and forth. 2 minutes left. We are up 8, and the score stays that way for the whole last minute. We're up 10 now, 13, and that'll do it. We win in game 7. 43 for Luka, 30 and 13 for LeBron. Ayton put it up 12 boards. Sabonis averaged 21, 11, and 7. DeRozan 22 and 5. Great percentages. Rui in his revenge series had a decent one, and we move on to take Phoenix on in round 2, and they are a 6 seed. They're starting Rasheer Fleming, Bradley Beal's off the bench. This is interesting. We get a Luka Booker matchup. We're gonna sim game 1. We lose. Pretty low scoring. I don't think that'll kind of stay that way. Game 2, we win. We win by 2. It took LeBron and Luka combining for 60 though. Pivotal game 3, we do win. Big one. Luka and LeBron again combined for 60. That's what they just need to do every game. Game 4, we lose, and it's tied. 20-point loss there. Can we go up 3-2? It's a 1-point game. It's a 1-possession game. Down 6. And we are gonna lose to Booker and the Suns in game 6. Yeah, we do not have like a great perimeter defender at all. I mean, the highest one I'm seeing is Bronny, and we cannot play Bronny. I guess LeBron's up there as well. Yeah, I guess we'll go LeBron. Game 6 against the Suns. LeBron guarding Devin Booker. It might just be barbecue chicken. Back and forth game. We do have the lead now. We do pull away. We force a game 7. Luka, Vooch, Reeves, LeBron, Ayton all contributed. Booker 7 of 14, setting up our 8 game 7. Winner takes all. And it looks like the Spurs were eliminated, so we might have a Dallas Lakers series, as we are going to win game 7 by a good margin. 33 and 19 for Luka in an elimination game. 26, 6 and 11, 19 and 10. And actually it's Minnesota. Dallas was a 3 seed. They lost Phoenix in round 1. Okay, this is another tough matchup. Anthony Edwards is going to give our guys hell. Jaden McDaniels is going to make it tough on LeBron, and we really don't have a answer for Ant. I mean, I guess LeBron, but how great do we really feel about that in the year 2026? I don't know. All right, well, game 1, we do win. We win by 12. Reeves had 24, 28 and 9 for Luka, 18, 5 and 11 for LeBron, 17 and 16 for Ayton. Ant Edwards only 17, 5 and 5. Game 2, another win. 28, 7 and 5 for LeBron, 22 and 7 for Deandre Ayton, 21 and 7 for Reeves, and 16, 8 and 14 for our guy Luka. Not to mention 16 and 8 for Vooch, 14 and 15 for Bobby Portis. Julius Randle gave us 34. Jaden McDaniels 26. Ant Edwards only 15, 11 and 6. They're gonna probably come back and win game 3. I'm guessing they do. They win by 12. And had hit game 42 points. Game 4, and we do win to go up 3-1. We win by 6. Chance to put this one away early, and we do. We do pass on to the finals. 29, 13 and 11 for LeBron. That was really it. They actually look like they had a better. How did we beat them? I guess we just had more balance, but on paper this looks better. 3 20 plus point games, and then they got 2-12. And to take on in the NBA Finals the Atlanta Hawks, Trae Young and LeBron, your Finals MVPs, Conference Finals MVPs. And what is the lineup for the Hawks? Yeah, I think we just gotta kind of stay stay put with our matchups and hope for the best. So game 1, we do win by a good margin. We might just win the series. Ooh, Vooch being out's tough though. Hopefully Al's got something in the tank where he can give us a few minutes. We're gonna have to rely on Westbrook being great too. This is what we're gonna go with, relying on 6 players greatly. Then you got Necht and Laravia and Horford off the bench. Game 2, another victory, this one by 4. Took Luka doing crazy stuff. LeBron 24-7-7. This Hawks team's ahead of schedule though. Game 3, we lose by a big margin. Game 4, we win. We are 3-1. Big games from our top guys. Can we put them away in 5? And we are going to win the NBA championship in year 1. LeBron, Luka doing crazy stuff. 8-16-8. Trying to make him a focal point of this offense has kind of been tough. Still kind of LeBron show. Not kind of. This still is the Luka LeBron show. And we get I didn't even think about it. We get a Trae Young, Luka Doncic finals. We're throwing up the oop to Westbrook and he can't finish it, but that's okay. Had to have given us good minutes these finals. What a pass by Daniels. And that'll wrap it up. We win 130-108. Your NBA champions. And finals MVP goes to LeBron. So I am kind of excited. We'll do at least 1 year after LeBron. So we can't bring him back. So this is big. He's gone. Kyle Lowry, Chris Paul. I'm just going to let everyone retire. But with LeBron being gone, that leaves a lot of room for guys like Ayton and Reeves to step up. Draft lottery is won by the Hawks, who just faced us in the finals. And we do not have a pick. Our pick is with the Bulls right now. The Pistons are willing to give me pick 22 for Paul Reed. We will do that. And I do have a guy in mind. I hope he didn't get drafted. He did. He went number 8. Ian Cheeks. He is a lower overall, but I know his defense is pretty good. This 7-footer is interesting. He does come in pretty good with the post defense and rebounding, but his potential is so low. We're going to take this power forward from Georgia Tech. He's ranked 38th, so it might be a bit of a reach, but all of these scoring and playmakings all in the C range, and then post defense, rebounding, B-, C+ athleticism, B+ potential. Only 20 years old, 73 overall. I like what we just got with Deandre Ayton, especially at where we picked him. I think we got pretty lucky that he was still available. We are going to sign him. Team player option, Don Connect accepts, and both Ayton and Luka decline their player option. I'm not going to extend the qualifying offer to Koloko. Don't really see a reason to. Luka doesn't even have a real deal on the table. The Mavericks even offered him a 1-year deal. We'll offer him a deal. We're going to hold off on Vooch, but yeah, we're going to try and bring Ayton back. He doesn't have a deal on the table yet, so flat 22. And then actually we are going to try and sign Vooch just as a sign and trade deal, and he does accept his deal. There's actually some interesting trades. We could get Miles Turner, who's coming off a decent year, it looks like, with the Bucks. Averaged 16-6, 47 from the field, 40% 3. The attributes look really good. 85 3-pointer, 98 midi. We also get a 31st from them. Deandre Hunter's here, about the same shooting stats, but we get a guy who's really good perimeter defender. The Knicks even offered me Mikal Bridges. I just feel like Mikal's too good to pass up on. I don't know, do I do it? We don't have to keep Bronny anymore. LeBron's gone. You know, I get Mikal a lot, so I'm gonna actually do this, and we're gonna continue to stay weird with our moves by having 2 bigs on the roster that I think can't play together. I mean, depending on what's Miles Turner's, actually his perimeter defense is solid. He can come in and play the 4 and just stretch the floor. Yeah, I don't hate that. That's interesting. In real life, it wouldn't work, I don't think, very well, but hey, we've gotten a lot younger this offseason, so I am actually gonna flip Bobby Portis, I think, for probably Deandre Hunter, unless I get something crazy. I mean, Mikal's still here with a first on top of it too, but we'll go with Deandre Hunter, the 1-year deal for him. We still actually have cap room because of the settings I have. Now, one thing I definitely want to address with LeBron being gone, especially as well, I want to bring in more perimeter defenders, because right now Luka's our 3rd best behind Bronny and Deandre Hunter. Okay, so we did get older this offseason, but we did bring back Al Horford on a minimum. We brought in Chris Dunn on a 2-year deal, Marcus Smart on a minimum, Alex Russo on a minimum, and we also brought in Josh Ogie. All of those guys are better defenders than anybody we have on the team, and Al Horford continues to give us options of versatility, can play a little bit of perimeter defense even at his advanced age. I do assume they all regress though. Al's down to a 74, Russo down to a 75, Bronny James up to a 76, Marcus Smart down 1, but I think on paper the roster looks pretty good. I'm definitely going to shorten the rotation this year, probably just play 9 instead of 10. All right, I'm going to start the sim and just see how things are going. And Deandre Hunter immediately gets hurt in the first 10 games. Luka's still averaging about 23, 10 and 9, 11 and 9, and I upped Deandre Ayton's shot tendency up a little bit. He's up to about 21, 12. Reeves only at 11 points a game. He's our 3rd highest shot tendency, sitting at a 85. Jake Laravia, averaging 14 points a game, is much lower shot tendency wise than Austin Reeves, who's playing 33 minutes a night. All right, we'll get through 10 more games, and then I'm gonna go to bed and then come back to this in the morning. All right, Luka 24, 11 rebounds, 10 assists. Ayton 20 and 12. I love that for him. Reeves up to about 15 and 6 now. Miles Turner at 13 and 7. Laravia went down a couple points, but still really good stuff. 14 and 6. and second in the conference right now. All right, so year 2 is off to a good start. 14-6. I slept, so I'm just trying to reacquaint myself. I think we'll keep simming. Maybe January 1st, take a look at where the team is. All right, so we are 26-9, still really solid. Still the guys that you'd expect to be leading us are. So DeAndre Hunter, Marcus Smart, and Dalton Knecht are all listed as negative players. But a guy who's shooting 38% from 3, a guy with Marcus Smart's level of defense and DeAndre Hunter's, I just don't think they could be negatives really. Now the only thing about DeAndre is he's not going to be ready to sign an extension, it looks like. So who on the market could we maybe get for him? We're only going to make a trade if it makes sense, like if it's a complete upgrade, and it just doesn't look like that exists on the market right now. Although Trae Young's on the trade block, but it doesn't fit for us. OG is here, Mikal. The Knicks are currently 15-20, good enough for 9th over in the East, but would they want to pay $42 million to a guy that's helping them currently be 15-20, 9th in the East? I don't know. He's also not playing great, but he does have the elite levels of defense still. Yeah, to do this deal, we'd end up having to give up too much. I mean, Mikal's another guy to look at. He's having a pretty good year. We could just pretty much do this straight up. Probably have to include a pick or two. And Mikal's the better defender. I'm gonna see what they say. They want Chris Dunn. I don't want to really give up Chris Dunn. If we end up facing one of the many teams with good guards, losing Chris Dunn would be really tough because he might end up having to step up and play big minutes for us. Now Marcus Smart, same deal, but he's been terrible in the minutes he's played, and I think that'll do it. We don't have to give up Verse. We give up Al. We give up Marcus Smart. We get Pat James, who is a guy we scouted in this last draft. Only 21, has C+ potential. We're gonna do this trade. DeAndre Hunter, Al Horford, Marcus Smart are gone to bring in Mikal Bridges. I'm also probably gonna move Mikal over to the 3. Now with Ayton being injured, they want to start Deandre Ayton. I'll let them do that. Let him get some run because I don't think he's barely played. So yeah, you'll get a couple games in, and immediately DeAndre Ayton's back. Mikal Bridges and Dalton Knecht both get injured in this game, and Deandre Ayton had 12, 6, and 2. With that being said, I think I'm gonna give him some minutes. Take away Caruso's minutes, give him to Deandre Ayton. Bronny's actually gonna get some minutes with the injuries we're dealing with. I almost kind of wish we didn't make those trades. I really like this team. I still do, obviously, but all right, now we're gonna take away Bronny's minutes to give them to Peyton because I still think Peyton really could be good for us. We own the Grizzlies pick this year, and they are currently 6-34, so we might end up with the first overall pick. We have to sign somebody because we are currently under the minimum, and let's go get Dante Exum for his defense. Ooh, Ayton's gonna be out 2 to 4 weeks with some tendonitis. We're gonna start Peyton at the 4. That's the lineup that coach wants to go with, so we'll just kind of let it rock for now. We are currently at the trade deadline. We are 37-14. I think Ayton's still out. I want to see how Donald Ayton has performed. Field goal percentage is pretty decent, but everything else not great. His per 36, 11 points, 8 rebounds, not bad. Looking to see if anybody else has been in the negatives. Donnell Payton and Pat James and Dante Exum all have been, but not enough. I just want to see if there's any big names on the trade block. Derek Lively, Hauser. Pistons got Chris Middleton, and they're 40-11. My God. The Clippers have 85 overall. Benedict Mathurin. I mean, obviously Trey's here, but he's just not that. He wouldn't be a good move for us. I definitely like what a guy like Josh Hart brings to the table, but money wise, I don't think we would be able to do it. Yeah, I don't see any deals, so we're just gonna kind of stay put and keep simming. Luka is in the All-Star game. No DeAndre Ayton. I'm pretty disappointed with that. He's still averaging 19 and 11, but he did just miss a couple weeks, so maybe that played a role. Now Luka's gonna be injured, so how we compete without him, I think will be very telling on really what kind of team we are. With Luka out, I'm playing. Oh, never mind. I was gonna say I'm playing Reeves 38 minutes and Ayton 36, but he came back as soon as I was about to say that. So Wemby is your MVP. Anything for us? No. Lakers, Luka Doncic is on the first team, and that's really it for us. Just Luka on the first team. I was hoping maybe Ayton snuck on a team or something, but nonetheless, we are in the playoffs. We're taking on the Clippers in round 1. They are different, and I thought they traded Kawhi, but he looks to be injured. Their whole starting lineup's pretty different. Quickly, Grimes, Mathurin. They still have Derrick Jones Jr. and Zubac, but off the bench they got Simons, Luke Cornett, Brandon Williams, Royce O'Neal. So we should be okay. Game 1, we lose 32-15-9 from Luka, not enough. Game 2, we win. Triple-double for Luka, 30 and 18 for Ayton. Game 3, we also win 42-11 and 13 for Luka, 26 and 8 for Reeves, 19 and 11 for Ayton. And game 4, Luka's just carrying, bro. 35, 12 and a half, and 11 to start this series. Ayton's having a pretty good start too, 20 and 14, and we do win it in 5, win 4 straight after losing the first game to take on Minnesota in round 2. And San Antonio got upset by these Kings, man. Dude, this 2K sim with my roster loves these Kings for some reason. They got John Collins too. He's gotta be hurt, right? It's like no way he's a 75 overall. Zach LaVine's hurt as well. We got Minnesota, but this is why we took the steps we did in the offseason to bring in guys like, well, obviously we didn't bring in Mikal in the offseason, but guys like Mikal, Alex Caruso. Will it be enough? Game 1 is a victory. We win by 11. Miles Turner showed up. Luka, great game. Reeves, 19 points, 16 and 10 for Ayton. Game 2, another victory. Triple double for Luka, 21 and 6 for Ayton. We lose game 3 by 4 and put up 34. I mean, still pretty good game from our guy. Game 4, we also lose 25 for Edwards, 24 for Randall, 20, 19 and 6 for Deandre. Reeves shot horribly, as did Mikal Bridges. Big game 5 here, and we win game 5 pretty easily. 17-point victory. Luka doing Luka stuff. Ayton pretty good. Laravia showed up. Austin Reeves, pretty good game. Mikal still not shooting well. Miles Turner didn't either, but he did give us 15 boards and a chance to put them away in 6. We do capitalize in game 6. We won by 3, 32, 10 and 9 for Luka. Ayton had 28 and 9, 19, 7 and 9 for Reeves. Mikal Bridges didn't even shoot. Oh, did he get injured? He looks like he should be okay. And Sacramento did make the conference final. This should be an easy win, no event, but it's the Kings. Game 1's a victory by a lot. Game 2's a loss though, by a lot. Game 3, another loss by 1. Game 4, we tied at 2. Okay, kind of need to win game 5. Winner takes on the Pistons in the finals, and with 17 seconds left, we lose game 5. This Kings team might end up in the NBA finals. Game 6, can we get a performance from Luka to pull us into the finals? It looks like we are good right now. Yeah, we're going back to game 7. 33, 13 and 15 for Luka, 26 from Connect. Reeves gave us 23. Bridges 20, 17 and 9 from 8, and 14 and 8 from Turner. Huge game 7 on our home floor against the 8th seeded Kings, and we do put up 43 points in the second quarter to really blow this game open. We win by 40 almost. Ayton, Luka, Reeves, Bridges, Laravia, Miles Turner, all those guys in double figures gets us to the NBA finals, where Luka is your conference finals MVP. Cade for the Pistons, definitely gonna have Bridges guard. Cade, game 1 rematch of the 87 and 88, or no, rematch of the, I think it's the 87-88 finals, the 88-89 finals, and then the 03-04 finals, Pistons Lakers. We lose game 1. Cade had 39 and 12. We lose game 2. I was like already ready to say it. Cade and Ivy combined for 50. We win game 3. Luka and Ayton did their thing. We tie it up at 2, winning game 4 by 4 points. 4 guys scored 20 plus. Reeves gave us 18 and 16. Didn't shoot it well even. The pivotal game 5. Back and forth, back and forth. What team is gonna pull away? We're up 7. They cut it to 4. We'll hop in here. We'll watch this. Precious Achua passes it into Cade. Cade getting guarded by Mikal. Mikal lets Cade get right around him, and they cut it to a 2-point game. Reeves gonna bring it up, and both Ayton, Laravia, Luka fouled out. Reeves has 5. If we can pull this game out, it will be a minor miracle. Bridges driving on Ivy. Oh, he's got to go up strong there. Exum getting guarded by Sasser. Kicks it out to Miles Turner. To Reeves. Reeves might have had a look at it. Ivy guarding Bridges. Reeves pump fakes a couple times. Pulls the fading 3, and he hit it. He hits the fading 3. 23 points, 14 in the quarter, literally carrying us in a game we really shouldn't have a chance in right now. Cade's midi pull up right around Bridges. Gets it to go. It's still a 3-point game. Austin Reeves, what a 3 that was. Come on, Mikal, make something happen. Kicks it back out. Gonna get around Ivy. Exum with the screen for Reeves. Reeves kicks it out to Exum. Exum wide open. Can't get it to go. That's a huge shot that we need to fall. Sasser tries dumping it into Achua. Our rookie picks the pass off, and we have a chance to cut this down to about 6-7 seconds and make it a 2-score game. I would love to see a Miles Turner, Austin Reeves pick and pop. They just keep throwing it back and forth. Mikal Bridges pops out wide, gives it right back to Turner. Turner with Dort on him. Can't get the 3 to go. And with 6 seconds left, they will have a chance to tie. Personally, if I was playing this, I'm assuming Asar is about to be on the floor. Yeah, I would force the ball into Asar and foul him. Cade catches it in the corner. Mikal's there, doesn't really contest it very well, but doesn't matter. It doesn't fall. Miles Turner with the rebound. Isaiah Stewart with the foul. We're gonna luck out here and win game 5, it looks like. First free throw's up and good for Turner, and the second one misses. 4-point game, and Miles Turner blocks the full court shot by Isaiah Stewart. We get to go on to game 6 with a chance to close out this series. Cade with a phenomenal game. Reeves with a phenomenal fourth quarter. 4 guys scored 20 plus. Miles Turner right there with 17 and 11. Very happy with how the guys are playing. Up 3-2 on our home floor, and we get out to a huge lead in the first quarter. They do threaten to come back in the second quarter, but we end up keeping the score close, and we win back-to-back championships. Deandre Ayton in a closeout game, 40 and 6, 25, 12 and 15 from Luka. Laravia shows up with 20 and 5. Miles Turner did not shoot it well, but was very productive. Mikal Bridges gave us 11, 10 and 10 for Reeves. Very happy with this championship. Luka is your finals MVP, and let's try and 3-peat before we get out of here. So like I said, we do hold that Memphis Grizzlies pick that has the potential to be the 2nd overall pick in this draft. It probably will fall knowing 2K. Hornets, I believe, just leapfrogged into the top 4, it said, and as did the Rockets. Oh my god, we fall all the way down to 6. That's disappointing, but we'll get somebody good there. Charlotte, oh, I thought they were about to trade their pick. All right, with pick 6, we do have 22 trade offers. You got to be an 85 plus for me to consider it. 84, Bub Carrington, only 21. That's all right. There is a 19-year-old at 76 overall, B plus potential here, B minus 3-point shooting. This small forward does have A minus potential, but we're not even going to be here to see that. I think we're just going to go with that 19-year-old that I saw. Legitimately might be able to play this year. Good potential still. We're kind of reaching for him. Well, not kind of. We are reaching for him. He's listed in the 20s. We're taking him at 6. Herbert Marshall, welcome to the team. 75 overall, 19 years old. Gonna accept both Bronny and Dalton Connect's team and team options. Jake LaRavia, we're gonna offer him a qualifying offer. And I think I want to give some of these young guys more run next year, so we might not even be very active in free agency. I think the only things I'm gonna do, I'm gonna move Chris Dunn's position over to point guard. He goes up to an 80. That way he can be a backup point. We got 2 shooting guards already. We have 4 power forwards, which might be something worth looking at, but we definitely need a backup center. I think I'm gonna go Brandon Clark for his versatility, and he's just on a minimum deal. Oh, also, should we bring LaRavia back? Yeah, we'll see if he offers his qualifying offer. I mean, accepts his qualifying offer, and he does. Player progression, Luka 95. Everybody progressed. I'm actually really surprised to see Miles Turner did. Austin Reeves goes down 3. Bronny's up to an 80. Donnell Payne only went up 1, but that James Jr., who we traded for in the Mikal Bridges trade, I think. Yes, in the Mikal Bridges trade, he's up to a 77, so he can legitimately play, and that's a C plus potential. Donnell Payne only went up 1 with B plus potential. Okay. All right, this is what the rotation looks like. We are going to try and 3-peat here. I'm going to take away some of Bronny's minutes just to get Reeves a couple more. I don't know why he's regressing so bad, but all right, going to start the sim. Okay, so we are a decent chunk into the season, 30 games, and we are under 500. Luka is like not scoring as much. Still has 99 touch and shot. Ayton's shot and touch tendency went up a little bit. I think I had it set to 95. I'm really surprised actually. If we are still like hovering around 500 in February, we might have to make some trades. January's got to be a big month for us, or changes are coming. So we had a pretty good month. We're up to 29 and 21. Luka's up to almost 24, 9 and 11. 20 and 10 for Ayton still. Connect 14. LaRavia 13. Reeves is giving us 13. But listen, Reeves hasn't been very good. You would think his percentages would go up playing with Luka and stuff, but they've actually gone down the last couple of years. And we're paying him 22 million. If we air Bridges and Reeves, I'm just curious to see what's out on the market. Like, we could get Ace Bailey, who's averaging 21, 7 and 4 right now. We could get Brandon Miller, who's a king right now. We could get OG. We could get KD. I'm actually really contemplating a few of these trades. What I don't really think we need is more scoring. I'm actually kind of considering this. Obviously, he does score, but he does a lot more than just score. We could bring in McDaniels as a great defender. I think I'm going to do this one. Probably not the best overall move, but we bring in 2 guys who can play some defense, do some other things. We give up Reeves and Bridges and a first round pick. I'm happy with that, honestly. They want to move Luka to the bench for DeJounte. Is his like system proficiency thing high? No. Why would I honestly have no idea why they would want to start, because Luka's not even injured. They just want to move him to the bench. That being said, we'll move Murray over to the shooting guard. That way Luka just starts anyway. They really want Bronny to play, but his percentages are trash. What does Bronny even do well? He's a good athlete, 80 or 3, 87 perimeter. Okay. Yeah. So gonna take away Chris Dunn's minutes as well. Give him to Pat James. Actually, I'd rather give him to Herbert Marshall, I think. The guy we just drafted. See what he's got. 11 minutes a night. We are up to the 3rd seed, and we have been really good since those trades. I think we've only lost 3 or 4 games. We've just barely hit the 50 win mark, right at 50 and 32. The Spurs won 74 games. Luka, 2nd MVP. Giannis at age 33, 1st team All-NBA. Nothing else for us at all. We get Golden State in round 1. They got Davion Mitchell. Honestly, this should kind of be a wrap. And we do sweep them. No worries. Now we got the Luka, Kyrie, Anthony Davis matchup. For this series, we're definitely putting DeJounte on Kyrie. Dang, I didn't even think about who do we have guard. Who guards Hooper then? Oh, is he injured? He's out for the season. Oh, dang. Game 1, we win 5-4. Cam Whitmore gave us 20. Jaden Hardy gave us 20. Game 2, we win 31 for Jaden Hardy. 26 and 16 for Ayton. Game 3, we're up 3-0. Luka 30. Can we sweep them? We do. We swept them. Dang. 22, 9 and 8 for Luka. 22 and 13 for Ayton. Dalton Connect 21. He's having a great playoff run right now. The Spurs swept Minnesota, and we have to take on this 74 win Spurs team that hasn't lost a playoff game yet without even Wemby. Wemby's not even playing game 1. They haven't lost a playoff game. Okay, we're gonna play Ayton 36 minutes. Hopefully he can get boards for us. Game 1 is a loss. Day'Ron Sharpe with 13 boards beat us without Wemby. He was their leading scorer. Deandre Ayton only 13-6. Game 2, we do steal one. Still no Wemby. 31-8 for Harper, but 30, 13-11 for Luka, enough to get us the win. Game 3, we lose by a lot. Damn. And Wemby's back. Yeah, this series is a wrap. We win game 4 though. 39-7-17 for Luka. Pivotal game 5. Can we beat the Spurs? We're playing both our bigs 35 plus minutes this game, and we are beating them. We're holding on to that lead. We do win. Luka, another near triple double. Ayton and Turner did kind of do their thing. Wembanyama struggled from the field shot. I guess he didn't really struggle, just under 50%, but not a lot of shots. If we win, we get to do a rematch with the Pistons in the finals, and if we lose, it's very similar to the Pistons last finals run in 03 or 04, because then they took on the Spurs in 05 and lost. And game 7, we got game 7. Come on, fellas, don't give up now. We do come back to take the lead for a second. 1:22 left. 1 point lead for us. I was gonna say tie game. What am I talking about? Ball connects at the line. Winner of this game goes to the NBA Finals. Connects free throw. Up and good. 102-100. Laravia checks in. Wembanyama with the rebound. I don't know why Laravia's guarding him. Ayton's guarding Day'Ron Sharpe. Ayton with the help. I did set it. We're basically helping onto Wemby all the time. Luka tries to come over. Doesn't really commit to it. Gets dunked on. Luka bringing the ball court. Step back. Going against Fox. Drive. Midi pull up. Gets it to go right in De'Aaron Fox's face. He has 28 points in 41 minutes. Donkneck guarding Vassell. Why is Laravia guarding? Hold on. I'm just going to set the matchup then, because what are we doing? And also, where's Miles Turner? I'd way rather have him in here. He must have fouled out. Wow, what a game from him. Fouled out 14 minutes, no points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 1 block. Wemby catches, starts to go up, pump fakes a bunch of times, goes right over Laravia. Can't get the in one at least. 37 seconds will be left. Maybe we can go 2 for 1. Wemby's free throws are going to go up and good, I'm sure. And we are tied here with 37 seconds left. JJ calls the timeout. We still got 1 left. They got none. Laravia to inbound. Gets it into Luka. Tie game. 34 seconds left. Spin move by Luka. Kick it out to Murray. You got Murray. Wide open Murray. 3. Can't get it to go against his old team. That would have been huge. And they can save for the last shot. I'm sure they really probably will, right? Fox posting up. Ayton guarding Wemby at least. Screen by Wemby. Gets open in the post. Ayton's there though, and he doesn't even really contest it. 5 seconds left. And unless Luka has some Luka magic in him, we are going to be going home. The inbound to half court for Luka. He almost steps over it. Kicks it to Laravia. Laravia over Wemby. Can't get it to go. Day'Ron Sharpe secures the defensive board, and our 3-peat bid ends in the conference finals in game 7 to the hugely successful San Antonio Spurs. We took them to 7. Nobody else had beaten them in these playoffs. They only lost 8 games all regular season. You really can't be too disappointed with that. Spurs, Pistons, Cade, and Wemby, and the NBA Finals is 1-7 by the Spurs. All right, y'all. Thank you for tuning in and staying this long. If you have, I had a lot of fun making this video. I always do. I don't know really what I expect from this Ayton run in the LA. I could see both sides of it happening, where LA fans just hate him and blame every loss on him, and he doesn't end up liking it there. But I could also see, hey, Luka turns him into an alley-oop guy, and it all works out. He averages 18 again, and the Lakers are top 5 in the West. And, you know, I could just see either thing happening. But this was fun. This is obviously like better than best case scenario for Ayton. This is not something I would hold my breath for if I was a Lakers fan. But nonetheless, if you watch this video, please leave a comment, a like. It means the world. It really helps smaller channels like me get into the algorithm. So please subscribe as well, and I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.